Guys, I cannot believe I am saying this, but the Toronto Raptors are one game away from reaching the NBA Finals. That is crazy to say, because the Toronto Raptors, we've seen the previous years, they have just always come up short, especially in the conference finals. But like all these Raptor fans have been saying, and like as I've been seeing, because the minute Kawhi came on this team, I was like, this is a different team. And it's not just Kawhi. Other players they've added, Marc Gasol, of course, all this experience they've added has definitely helped. And that experience showed up tonight. And I'm telling you, in the postseason, experience kills you, man. And experience is crucial. And that's what we saw with that Warriors-Blazers series. An inexperienced Blazers team goes up against an experienced championship Warriors team and gets swept. And we saw that experience again tonight with Kawhi Leonard in this team. If I'm the Milwaukee Bucks, I'm really scared right now. Because we might have just actually blown our opportunity to reach the NBA Finals. And it's not completely our fault. That fourth quarter that I just witnessed was just crazy. And it wasn't necessarily that the Bucks choked this game away. Although you could argue throughout the game they choked it. But they just showed their lack of experience in this moment. And the defensive presence that the entire Toronto Raptors team showed late in this fourth quarter, and for a majority of it, in fact, just shows me this is a team that's experienced and knows what it takes to win in these situations. Man, this fourth quarter, Giannis made a lot of bad turnovers. The team themselves made a lot of questionable decisions and took a lot of bad shots. Now, to get it basic, for the most part, this game, the Bucks lost this game. The Bucks definitely lost this game, but I honestly feel that Toronto just took it away from them. Because the Bucks had the opportunity, several times in fact, to just put Toronto, quote-unquote, in their place and just stomp on their head and ruin any chance of them trying to win on the road. Because they had got up to an early lead, like 18-4 lead, and it looked like they were going to take over and just end this game. But of course, the Raptors, their experience, they kept fighting back and coming back, and their players showed up on the road. Van Vliet, career high, I think, in the postseason. I don't know, I think he had like 18 points. He showed up. Powell, of course, showed up. You still got Kyle Lowry. He showed up. Siakam showed up. And Kawhi dropping 35. You know what it is. This team came to play. We talked about, can your bench travel in the postseason and win you a road game? Toronto just did that tonight. And Milwaukee sat back and let that happen. That fourth quarter was up for grabs. For the most part, this game should have been dominated by the Bucks because it looked like they were ready. You know, they had a lot of players that responded, you know. Like George Hill was just amazing in this game again. But then you got guys like Middleton, who once again just doesn't show up. Game 4, he drops 30. Game 5, he disappears. So much inconsistency. And Giannis is still doing his thing. But when Kawhi Leonard's defending him, he's struggling. Because Kawhi is just possibly the best defender in the game. Or he's definitely one of the best. But, like, it's just so difficult for Giannis. And he's struggling. He really is struggling. And that showed, man. He started making some bad turnovers. And I've been talking about it a lot throughout the series. Since, I think, what was it, Game 3 or Game 4, when Kawhi Leonard switched on. Yeah, Game 3. I think when Kawhi Leonard switched on to guard Giannis, he's been having problems. And it's kind of scared Giannis a little to the point where he's kind of backing off. And trying to, anytime Kawhi's really on him, for the most part, he's not taking the challenge. We saw that in Game 4. He didn't take the challenge. And in Game 5, there were moments where he did go, you know, take some opportunity. But for the most part, if it's one-on-one and Kawhi Leonard's on him, I'm seeing him look for the pass. I'm like, Giannis, take it, man. Just take it. I understand Kawhi is just that dude, but, like, just take it, man. Look how big, look at you. You're an MVP, Ken. You're probably the MVP. Take that assignment. Go up one-on-one. If he's matching you on defense, just take it. Take it to the rim. See what you can do. But, man, it was tough. This fourth quarter, I looked at it, still being a 3-point game going into the fourth quarter, and I'm like, the Bucks may have screwed up. I said in order for the Bucks to win this game, they needed to be up by at least 10 going into the fourth quarter. Because this looked like it was going to be a close game. And the Raptors thrive in close games, especially with Kawhi Leonard. So when I saw her entering the fourth with a 3-point game, I said the Bucks may be in trouble. And they really showed that. They really showed their inexperience today. I mean, for God's sake, they had 2 timeouts left, 3-point game, 34 seconds left, and instead they decided to drive the ball down the court. And I'm just like, call a timeout. You've got 2 timeouts, 34 seconds, 1 possession game. Call a timeout and run a play. Nope. Instead, they want to force the ball down the field. Down the court, and the ball just dribbles off of Brogdon's leg, and it goes out of bounds. Raptors ball. Then again, they're still down, I think, by like 4 or 5 points at this point, and they need to get some points to make it a little bit closer and play the free throw game. Inbound pass to Middleton. Takes a contested 3. Doesn't go anywhere. Just complete air ball. And that was just the game after that. Just quite disappointing. Quite disappointing. But series is 3-2. Let's see. The Raptors showed they can win on the road. Can the Bucks win on the road? They're going to need to. Because if they lose Game 6, it's all over, obviously. But they need to force a Game 7. But at least for me, everything's going according to plan. I picked the Raptors in 6, so this is looking good for me. But anyway, that's all I got. I'm shocked at how that fourth quarter went. And just showed that playoff experience from the Raptors. So yeah, can't wait to see what Game 6 holds for us. And I'm out of here.